Welcome to Two Women in Crypto, a weekly podcast birthed on a whim by two women who are excited about the cryptocurrency landscape and have a shared passion about empowering others to step into the digital, tokenized world of the future. We offer tips, tricks, and our own individual insights as to how to begin to navigate this shift. We are not financial advisors nor experts. We are just here to encourage you to look at the possibilities. So welcome to the future. You're right on time. Good morning. We're fired up this morning. Woohoo!
We are fired up. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
You look beautiful as always.
Well, thank you, as do you. Here we are in the beautiful beginning of fall. Just loving it.
It's gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, I'm so excited to actually experience fall. It's been about 4 years.
Right, because you're on the road traveling. It's like, where is Andrea right now? Where is Waldo? Where is Andrea? Upstate New York, right?
That's right. It's gorgeous. So pretty here. What beautiful country.
Yeah,
beautiful
good for you.
Country. Thanks. Yeah, it's a fun journey. So here we are. It's Thursday, August 3rd. Lots going on. Lots going on, Kel. Let's get fired up. I think this is going to be a fiery podcast.
Well, and I think it's going to be a fiery month. We're in the middle, we're 2 full moons this month. So many aspects in the numerology and, astrologically and everything else. And that's just one little piece of all of this. So yeah, I think this is just going to be a very interesting, intense roller coaster ride month. Lots of things will be revealed. So let's dive in. I know you have lots of news for us.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the news, and then, Kelly and I are just going to mention like 5 projects that are probably worthwhile to research. We're not financial advisors. We're not telling you to like take $1 and invest in any of these projects. Like, look at us, right?
Right.
So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But it's super exciting. And I think like I've been thinking a lot about, the future of finance is being built on the blockchain, not just finance, but the entire world, all financial institutions, companies, just everyone's going to be moving to the blockchain because it's way more secure. And, we could do faster payments, less fees, things like that. So I think it's really good to understand, like, it's not just Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's way more than, this is so much bigger than Bitcoin. So, and then, so we're just going to kind of talk about 5 different projects, but the news has just been like all over the place. You go from like feeling elated about late last night on Twitter, Bitstamp makes an announcement with a rocket ship going to the moon. Big announcement for XRP tomorrow, which is today.
Right.
This gets released on Friday, so it might be old news, but I just wanted to make mention, Bitstamp is the 6th largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. Ripple bought Galaxy Digital shares during the bear market. It's a great time to acquire companies that are in financial distress, right? Ripple comes in, buys out Galaxy Digital. Couple weeks later, big news with XRP probably getting integrated into Bitstamp's exchange. Now, is this going to be a decentralized exchange connected to Bitstamp? Is it going to be the fees being paid in XRP? We could speculate all day long, but something big is happening, and I'm super bullish about XRP.
Yep. So we'll see what the news brings today. That'll be fun to see how the market reacts regardless. So awesome.
And then on the flip side of that, it's kind of like, Kel, I think like in America, you're kind of guilty until proven innocent.
You know what? That seems to be the case, isn't it? It's like every day, what's the witch hunt about today? Who's going to be pinned to the wall like Richard Hart and Paul Sex?
And I just find it very interesting that they're going after him for like commingling funds and things like that. And he used extreme marketing. Like, it's very obvious. And it worked, right? But like he did use that, but does that make him guilty of using customers' funds?
Right, absolutely. He definitely was a very aggressive shock marketer. At the very beginning, it really was a turnoff, and it's that kind of energy is for me in general. But the totality of it is that he built something pretty cool. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But who's behind it? Rumors have it that, anyway, there's thoughts that Uniswap is part of the any issues, rumors. There's so many things that you can lean into.
Yeah, and I mean, and at the end of the day, it's like Richard Hart. He's obviously not friends with Sam Bankman-Fried.
No, I think Richard Hart is going to be blazing his own path, and that's definitely not the tier of humanity that he is participating in. To my knowledge, I don't know the guy. I know nothing. I really
Yeah,
don't.
I don't like the guy, but I don't like the fact that in America we're guilty until proven innocent. I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried, he was guilty, but yet the charges got dropped. He gave the Democratic Party and the Republicans customer funds to these political parties in America. The charges just got dropped. So, folks, ask yourself the question, do you trust the government of the United States? We need good people in our government, right? We need to remember that the government is here for us. We're not here for the government. And I don't like the programming that's going on, and all of these shenanigans that are happening. But, we're not shocked because we've been watching the market. And I know the majority of the population doesn't even know that this happened. But, it's kind of super sad and disheartening, right?
Well, and I think at the end of the day, the biggest lesson that we can all take is that we should be asking questions. If somebody is saying this, somewhere in the middle is truth. I mean, I think we just all need to lean in versus just being very compliant and complacent within which we exist in the world. So ask questions on everything, not just what's happening in, the government or the regulations that we're experiencing. I mean, all things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just, I mean, everybody, if you're listening to this video, just look it up because we're telling the truth. You know what I mean? So then that's what we do. We do the research and we bring it to you guys. You make your own decisions. So
Yeah, and since we're not very good at this, just as a segue here before we dive deeply into the news, that little, the like, subscribe, thumbs up, that's awesome because we are doing this. We have been doing this now for coming up on, oh my gosh, we're going to be coming up on 2 years. Is that right?
I
Well,
think so.
so anyway, but it's not that we're sitting out here going like, subscribe, share. We never say that. It's at the very beginning of our videos, but it does help and it, push us, how all this goes. So anyway, just a
Those
little mention.
pesky algorithms. So yeah, share the video with your friends, your family. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like we had two legislative bills. We had the stablecoin bill and we had the framework for cryptocurrency. That's passed the House, right? So now it's going to the Senate floor. I don't know if it's going to pass. I think the stablecoin bill, according to Danielle Dixon, the CEO of Stellar, she's like, we'll see this stablecoin bill signed by the end of the year. I don't know if they're going to hold off on the regulatory framework bill until the 2024 election because I'm seeing the politicizing of cryptocurrency. Republicans are for Bitcoin and the Democrats are for WorldCoin, right? So let's just keep this in perspective. I don't like any of them. I don't trust these people. And that's what the blockchain is all about. Don't trust, verify. We verify everything on the blockchain, become your own bank. There's another bill for self-custody. We need that bill to pass. We need to be able to self-custody our cryptocurrency without making United States citizens criminals. And that's the bottom line. Because, we're already seeing innovation, developers, everyone's moving to Singapore, UAE. They're sick of the United States. They're sick of Gary Gensler, the Biden administration, Senator Warren, Brad Sherman, all these people, they're messed up. I think control, power, and they're going for it. So again, you want to scan your biometric data to get a burger at McDonald's or maybe a donut, go ahead. But like, it just surprises me. I think there's hundreds of thousands of people that have done this already. And if you live in America, you're not going to get your 10 world coin. It's
Yeah.
not even regulated yet. So don't do it. Think.
Well,
Just
and
stop and think.
exactly. Think, well, and the United States had their credit reduced yesterday. Did you see that?
I sure did. Janet
Yeah.
Yellen said, "Don't worry about it."
It's no big deal. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. But the other thing is, we say that we're right on time, and I fully believe that there's so many opportunities here, and there are opportunities within these projects. So you have to, in my opinion, this is my investment thesis, even though I may not be in alignment with all things that are doing there, I also understand that I'm willing to play the game. And the game is that within the fear and the way that they're trying to make people fearful of cryptocurrencies and some of these projects, there's also great opportunities to play in those projects for a bit of time. So you got to lean into what feels right to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like the more research we do, the more we understand that data, our data,
Right.
every single person's data. So data is more valuable than oil. And Kelly, where are they going to store all this data?
On the blockchain. And
Using maybe Arweave,
yeah.
Filecoin. So here we go. I think these are two coins that are worth researching. I really like Arweave's project to just jump in, right? Coin number one to research. When we think about our data, it's going to be stored on decentralized blockchains, right? Because when you're Google or Apple, and let's say it's Apple, and hey, download this game Royal Match for free on your phone. It's free. It's not free. They're collecting your data and they're monetizing your data, and you're not getting paid anything. You just get to play a game, right? That's all it is. So if Apple only has one server to protect all this data, unsecure, right? Very hackable. So we need to decentralize the service, the storage for data. And Arweave is a great project because you pay once for 200 years, because they kind of like projected how much it's going to cost, right? Because technology is deflationary. Okay, so high prices in some areas will probably come down. So when we think about Arweave, it's like, all right, a company like Google or Apple or whatever it may be, Facebook, they can pay once and then store endless amounts of data in a deep, multiple servers, like they're nodes, but just think of it as like a server on your computer. There's just thousands of them. Really hard to hack.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really interesting because like, I always like to look at how much these coins were during the bull market compared to now. And it's so obvious that we're in a bear market, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So we have Arweave was over $90 at the height of the bull run. And it's like under $6 today. So just something to research, You can I know Kucoin went KYC. I don't know, Kelly, have you tried to go on Kucoin and create an account? Because I know you couldn't before.
Oh no, yeah, no, I haven't tried because I was never able to do it in the first place. I think you became a Kucoin customer well before I, was in the crypto sphere, if you will. So I haven't gone back in.
Okay.
I don't think it's available for US folks. You're in it because you were adopted in. I don't think it's available for us.
I'm not sure. I would check. I would try to check because they just, because they need to be regulated, right? So they're rolling out their KYC. I think they started in the middle of July.
Yeah.
And I like that. I really like that exchange. I mean, I liked it better when it was decentralized or private.
Sure.
But but yeah, I mean, Arweave, you can pick it up on gate.io, Kucoin,
You
create
you
an
can't use
Arweave.
Yeah, gate you can't use in the US.
Oh, you
For sure.
can't?
Just as an FYI, no, They closed the doors. When they did their KYC US, they gave us a window of time that was late last year or maybe the middle of the year last year that we had to move everything off. So gate is not accessible for the US.
All right. I'm
Just an
so
FYI.
happy that the government is protecting us.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Just trying to let everybody know before you go down that rabbit hole, which I've done. I mean, I don't know how many exchanges I've had on my phone over the last couple of years. Many, many, many.
All right. So we might have to do like a MetaMask to Uniswap or maybe Sushi Swap, some other decentralized exchange.
Yeah, I'll take a look here, but go ahead. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, I think about like, again, with Arweave, I think that storing data is just going to be such a big part of the next bull run. They have a $215 million market cap, right? So it makes sense that Arweave would be, over $90, right? It does it when money flows back into cryptocurrency, especially into a project like an Arweave, it'll push that price up. You look at XRP and the problems that XRP is trying to solve. They have a lot of tokens in their ecosystem, right? So even going up 100% is a huge deal, right? Because there's so many tokens. But Arweave, it doesn't take as much money to push that price up. So super bullish about it. Filecoin's another one, but that's a monthly service. So if you stop the service, then you don't have control over your data. You know what
So
I mean?
real quick on Arweave is that you can get that through BuyTrue
Oh, you can.
and
Awesome.
crypto.com. And BuyTrue, I know that we have a member of our group that is in Washington State that she says she has trouble with BuyTrue. I've been using BuyTrue for a long time and it shows that it is available in the US, but both crypto.com and BuyTrue it says. So just real quick there. And then Filecoin, since we're on it, Filecoin.
You could get Filecoin on Uphold,
Okay.
which is super easy. Yep. I don't think I can transfer my Filecoin off of Uphold. Not all coins on Uphold are transferable, but I didn't, I have my Filecoin just sitting there. It's fine.
It looks like you can also get it on BuyTrue and Coinbase.
Perfect. Perfect.
That's what this says. So anyway, and I am looking just as an educational tidbit is on CoinGecko. If you go down to the very bottom of it, it'll list you the trading pairs and the exchanges that these coins are available on. So
I love it. I love it. All right. Awesome. So let's talk about coin number 2. All right. Because I think I was reading an article yesterday. And Goldman Sachs is predicting by 2025, 2 years, artificial intelligence is going to make up 4% of our GDP.
Mm.
So I think doing some research, and we're just mentioning this one coin, but there are others. But I wanted to kind of touch base on SingularityNET. Okay, and the token symbol is AGIX. And I think that, when I think about blockchain and even taking it a step further with like quantum physics, or not quantum physics, sorry, quantum computing, it's kind of like we have the blockchain and then we're going to have like the quantum system on top of the blockchain. The quantum system can talk to the blockchain through artificial intelligence, bringing us closer to general artificial intelligence where AI is going to be able to learn on its own. And once it hits that singularity moment, it'll like these machines are going to be just as intelligent as humans. So, and I think this is like a big part of why these systems got created, right? Was so we can get these machines to pretty much replace people, right? So
yeah, I mean, you can see it in everything that you do, in everything that you watch, And everything you listen to, there's an element of AI. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have Chat GPT. We have, I know in Charlotte, North Carolina, they're piloting like the security robots, the robots that are in, hotels. And, it's definitely coming. It's not mainstream. I even have a client that lives in Massachusetts, and she says when she goes to the grocery store, there's a robot going up and down the aisles seeing what needs to be replaced, like what food or goods need to be restocked. So, it's much smaller right now, but Goldman Sachs is predicting by 2025, 4% of our GDP. So we're going to see how this plays out. But, SingularityNET was created by a guy, Ben Gerskill, and again, like we don't know if we should trust these people or not, but like what he's saying is to create benevolent AI. He's the chief scientist for Hanson Robotics. He created Sophia the robot. Sophia the robot is the first robot to obtain citizenship in Saudi Arabia. So she has citizenship. Okay, so this is like a real thing that's happening. They also created Grace the robot. So kind of like if you're a CNA, you might want to think about going back to school to become a developer on the blockchain
right.
because Grace the robot is going to be in nursing homes and taking care of the elderly, and they will roll this out, you know. Um, and I think like, the whole goal of SingularityNET being built on the Cardano blockchain is to, like I said, create a decentralized human level intelligence robot. So, and so many other things. How do you feel about that, Kel?
It's actually it's kind of a catch-22 on the Grace the robot aspect. First of all, I think it's very interesting that they've named them both Sophia and Grace. That's fascinating to me. But in regards to just helping the elderly population, I'm kind of like all for it. I mean, there's this part that it's like, you know, I get the AI part of it, but that's so much of a part of a civilization that's been disposable, our elderly population. And if it gives the elderly some companionship
Yeah.
towards the end of their life, then I'm all for that part. So anyway, I'm just kind of down the rabbit hole on that one.
It is, I mean, you're making such a good point because I know, when my mom's best friend, when she was really sick and she had to go into a nursing home for a little while, most of the people in nursing homes, there's no one there visiting them ever. So
Well, and here in the United States, our elderly population is extraordinarily disposable. We haven't done a very good job of creating a culture of keeping the family unit together through time and space. And so I don't know. I'm a huge proponent of that in that respect. So anyway.
all right, well, let's
Oh,
keep our eyes out for Grace the robot coming to a nursing home near you.
you, yes. Yeah, there you go. But
I love it. I love it. All right, so during the week, I was kind of looking at Hedera. So Hedera hash graph is going to be coin number 3 that we talk about today. I mean, and there's so many projects. Like I said, these are just examples. But when I look at Hedera, Kel, and I look at the 29 companies that own Hedera, not decentralized, not private, right? But when I look at the companies that are a part of Hedera, Google, Boeing, LG, Nomura, it goes on and on and on. They're holding the nodes for this project, right? And it's really interesting because they don't use blockchain technology, right? So this is something a little bit newer, and it's called Directed Acyclic Graph, or DAG. And let's keep our eyes out on this because there is a project called DAG. IOTA runs on DAG, which I think is going to be a big part of the Internet of Things, right? When we start rolling out smart cities and driverless cars, and as we get closer to a Jetson like society.
right around the corner.
Right. I think that some of these projects are going to do like really, really well. And Hedera right now can do 10,000 transactions per second. They have a set fee that as of now is not changing at all. And it's like a small percentage of a penny in US dollars. That's the fee. It's this, whether you're transferring $10,000 worth of Hedera or $1 worth of Hedera, it's the same fee, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they can do, like I said, 10,000 transactions per second. And they just announced a partnership, I believe 2 days ago, with Hyundai Motor Group.
Interesting.
Right? So they're going to be tracking the amount of carbon emissions, okay, throughout the supply chain of automobiles. So again, it's just like whether we want this to happen or not, most people have no idea about ESG, environmental social governance. We have a big climate agenda. So we are moving forward until people say, I'm not doing this. And I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. I don't know what's going to happen. But at this time, like Kelly and I kind of giggle because it's like, we're a part of this and we're going to make some money.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like Hedera is literally owned by like these huge conglomerate of corporations, and they are working to like get to remove themselves, but they're just going to implement the plan, so they could also be a part of like central bank digital currencies, the new banking system. It's a very, very fast transaction. Like I've worked with Hedera before, and it's just like boom, it's right in your account. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. So when you look at
Since
those,
we're talking about Hedera, where is it stored safely? On your Hashpack wallet, not on a regular cold wallet.
right? So you could create a Hashpack wallet, use your ledger to have access to that web wallet, and you can download it. Right? You download the extension on your computer, and you can get that. Yeah, you can get that Hashpack wallet. That's where mine is, which is pretty cool. And then you can stake it pretty easily on some of these decentralized exchanges, which is also pretty cool.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah. So I just I think about a lot of the traceability of the supply chain, and Hedera can definitely solve a lot of these real world problems. And I think a lot of what we're going to be looking at in the next bull run is utility, right? And like the projects that are going to make it are the projects that are actually going to be used. It's not going to be so much speculation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I dig it.
And that's good. It'll be a main part of our world.
I know. It's kind of like weird. I think about, like, here's another good example. So like, with VeChain, because VeChain, again, it's going to solve supply chain issues, another good token. But it's like Cardano's having its big Rare Evo conference in Colorado on August 24th. Okay. So the head of blockchain from Microsoft and FedEx are going to be speaking at Cardano's conference, as well as Sunny Liu, the CEO of VeChain. I'm very excited. I'm speculating, but I kind of feel like we're going to see a big announcement.
Yeah, there you go, Charles Hodgkins. And what does he say? Here I am in Colorado, always sunny, but not always Colorado. There you go.
That's very true. That's very true. Yep. So yeah, I mean, and again, it's like I look at Cardano's ecosystem coming out with their NFTs, and just so many projects are being built on Cardano. It's like it's kind of mind blowing, you know. But we'll see what happens. But Hedera hash graph, I think like during the bull run, it was what, like about 45 cents, and it's under 6 cents. It's under 6 cents right now. So, and being in crypto, Cal, right? It's like we throw these numbers around, but it's very common for projects to crash 90-95%, and you accumulate more. Not financial advice, but you dollar cost average. What
Right.
Kelly says, eat rice, buy Bitcoin. That should be our next t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm going to pull a shade here because I have the morning sun coming into my eyes. Pardon me.
Kelly's sweating.
Well, no, I'm blinded. I'm blinded by
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
blinded.
sweating. It's getting hot in here. It is August.
It is August. We're still in the throes of summer.
All right, so let's talk about XDC because this is kind of exciting what's going on with XDC. I mean, I
One
know
of
we
my
both
favorite coins. I've been an XDC fan for a long time. Much of it just because of just the deep dive esoterically that I've done on it. So yeah, and I've been loving it hitting all these numbers. It's anyway, dive in. Just love it. Love the project.
So Zinfin is the name of the project. It's the token symbol is XDC. You could buy it on Uphold. It's pretty cool. It's very easy to purchase. When I think about XDC and where it's going to be used, I think about this project disrupting trade finance.
Interesting.
Okay. Yes, yes. So XDC, their blockchain is a little bit different, right? It's a hybrid blockchain that is open source, both public and private, which is what like trading companies are really, and a lot of companies are really going to be looking for, that hybrid approach to this technology, carbon neutral, so it fulfills the ESG agenda, right? Um, and I just think that it's compatible to Ethereum and all of these layer one projects that are going to be so super successful. They are all going to connect with each other, right? We're going to have XCC connecting to the XRP ledger, that's connecting to Ethereum, that's connecting to Avalanche, Cardano, Cosmos, what Tezos, like you name it, they're all going to be connected. It is going to be super fascinating to see what happens when this whole thing is done. And I've always said from the beginning, even when we started the podcast, once these layer one blockchains connect, this interoperability, that's when we're going to be seeing mass adoption.
Yeah, we're seeing XCC really do some spiking right now. Yeah, it's been really
You think?
just a bit, just a bit. It's been awesome.
So what is it up now for a month? Do you have the chart up? Because yesterday or the day before it was up 125% this month.
Yeah, I think
Congratulations, XDC holders.
it's still on its way. It's at the 382 fib, which is why my phone has been going off in the middle of the day. And it's like I'm working. It's like, oh, ding, ding, ding. So yeah, it's awesome to see it hit those numbers.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, Kelly used to be a commodities trader. I was an IT recruiter for over 20 years. So I'm like totally deep in the weeds and like functional analysis. And Kelly reads the charts.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great team. It's awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. It's very cool.
All right. So big announcement. I think one of the reasons XDC's been pumping is they just announced a partnership with Singapore's Infocom Media Development Authority's Trade Trust. Trade
That's a
finance.
mouthful.
It is a mouthful. I don't even know what it is, but it sounds awesome.
It does. Wow. Okay, so what does that do for us, for the
Again,
world?
it's the interoperability connecting electronic trade documents across digital platforms. So XDC is going to be, I mean, I don't know, I'm making it up, right? I'm speculating, not financial advice, but I think that XDC is going to be used to disrupt trade finance. So digitizing documents, going across platforms. XDC as part of R3 Corda as well. I think the Bank of International Settlements uses R3 Corda. You know, I think that the depository clearing house, right, that executes trade is R3 Corda, and you can use XDC. So we're going to see like what coins are going to be used where, because a lot of these coins are agnostic. Like you could use XRP on R3 Corda. You know what I mean? Like we're not sure, but you just own them all. So, you know, you get your Stellar, you get your XRP, you get your XDC, you get the X coins, like Kelly always says, you know.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a chart real quick just to see. Very cool.
Yeah, I think, you know, like I said, we're up over 125%. We were up again almost, I think, 15% this morning. And I'm curious to see what if XRP comes down, hits that next support line, and then all of a sudden Bitstamp comes out and says, we're integrating our trading exchange utilizing XRP for the fees or some sort of DEX. And I wouldn't be surprised if XRP jumps today. So
Well,
we'll
it's
keep
interesting to see. I mean, it's all this universal law that really manages, the numbers, and it's all a rhythm because both XDC and XRP popped up to the 382 Fibonacci. And then right now, XRP is back down to the 236, which makes sense. It's just what happens. So at this point, we'll see what it does decide to do. We want it to
Yep.
keep on moving upwards a little bit, of course, but yep.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, with anything, what goes up must come down. And we were talking about this during the bull run. Like we have to be comfortable. You know, the bull run doesn't last forever. Neither does the bear, right?
Oh,
So,
absolutely not. Right.
right. So we're in a bear cycle right now. Like the market is down. That's why this is where you make wealth. You make wealth by dollar cost averaging into your favorite projects that you do your own research in.
Right.
And
Exactly.
you accumulate your coins, and then when the bull market starts, like for me, what I do is I dollar cost average out, right? So if XRP hits $3, I'm taking profits. $4, taking profits. $5, more profit. You know what I mean? And you just keep taking profits. You wait for the market to crash, you buy back in, and you do the cycle again. Because
Yep.
it's a couple of year cycle. It's hard to hold on for so long, Kelly. We've been holding on.
Yes, we've been holding on for quite a while, but it's going
Yeah.
to change.
Yep. Yep. All right. So I think we got XDC's over 7 cents now. The all-time high was 19 cents. So let's keep an eye on this. I'm like, you know, obviously Kelly and I are super bullish on some XDC. And let's jump into what are we doing last? MELD. We're going to
No.
talk about MELD. I keep researching MELD. I'm kind of like obsessed with this project right now. Because if they can pull this off, this is exactly what I was saying with Cardano. You know, I started researching Cardano at 9 cents, and I was like, if this foundation can pull this off and do some of these things, it could have like a really bright future. And I'm starting to see the same thing with MELD. MELD is modernizing the banking system. It's a neo bank that we have been talking about. And the cool thing about MELD is you keep your own keys, not the bank. You are your own bank through decentralized finance.
Right.
And they are going to be offering a savings and loan platform where you can put your cryptocurrency up, people can borrow against it, you're earning interest, or you can borrow against your crypto in fiat dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. That's exactly what we're looking for.
They have a partnership with Arculus, which is another hardware wallet that's going to be coming out with a debit card. So you are going to be your own bank, have your Arculus debit card, and you can go make purchases anywhere with your fiat. Like this is huge. This is what the 1% does.
Right.
This is what accredited investors do. And because we have cryptocurrency and blockchain, we are democratizing, we are leveling the playing field for those people who take the time to research and step out of line and educate yourself. Because when this is over, the transfer of wealth that's going to happen in the next bull cycle, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I remember so many times, Kel, I had tears in my eyes dancing around the yard in the last bull run. And that's nothing compared to what's going to happen on this one. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
So anyway, you know, I think this is really like a good time to do some research on MELD. We're actually doing a deep dive. So I'm going to be teaching a class August 19th, 11 o'clock Eastern. If you're part of Two Women in Crypto, we have a monthly subscription to Telegram group. All the classes are free when you join. It's all part of that monthly subscription. It's a great way to support Two Women in Crypto. If you're not part of Two Women in Crypto and you want to check us out, it's $45 for this class. We will be doing a deep dive into the new banking system in a very, easy to understand way. And then at the end, I just want to show everybody, hey, here's a decentralized wallet. Here's how you connect to a decentralized exchange. And like, we're going to be going through this process because I was listening to a podcast a couple days ago, and I believe that MELD received its electronic money transmitter license in 146 countries.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And there's no market cap yet. The project is so new. There's no market cap yet. So but if you go to Coin Market Cap, they're guesstimating at 41 million. So there's 21 million Bitcoin, 41 million MELD. I don't know. I mean, we talked about it with Aave, right? It's just Aave's the savings and loans platform for Ethereum. If this is the new banking system that's also on Ethereum, also on Avalanche, also on Cardano, also on Polygon, again, it could go to zero. But if they can pull this off, how awesome would it be to be able to hold your own private keys using a debit card and go pay for goods and services?
Sure. Absolutely. I'm all for it. Sign me up. I am signed up, but yeah.
And you can purchase, if you don't want to go through the class and all that stuff, and you're just like, I'm in, you could, like BitTrue, right? Do you say it by true or BitTrue? I call it BitTrue.
I say it by true. I have no idea. BitTrue.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, you can do that. Or as Andrew says, you can do it in a decentralized fashion as well. I've purchased through ByTrue. So
I love it. I love it.
How to do that as well.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you're most comfortable with. And then, you can create, a NAMI wallet or, a MELD wallet, something like that. Kelly and I are always here. We offer private consultations if you need help getting some of these things set up. I was teaching class last night and it always hits me. It's like, we're learning a new language, so it's just like learning Spanish or sign language. Like my wife is fluent in sign language and this is techie stuff, but just we break it down, stick with it, keep researching, and you're gonna get it.
Practice makes perfect. And even then, in this industry, in this whole thread, there's lots of practice, believe me. It takes a while. And then if you're not in it for a while and you come back, you're like, oh gosh, I don't remember. So yeah, definitely a big learning curve, but it's okay. It's doable, super doable.
Super doable. And you don't have to invest money if you don't want to, but you can learn about these new systems that are being built, right? I mean, I've had clients that have researched cryptocurrency and Bitcoin for over a year before they bought anything. And that's awesome. So we have to do your own research, and just keep showing up, listen to the podcast, listen to as many people as you can, and just decipher between the FUD and the scams and all of it, right? It's a brand new technology. We're moving into a new system. People are going to try to rip us off, but we're not going to let that happen here at Two Women in Crypto.
Exactly. And just touching on that, safety first. Don't click on links on your phone that you don't know who it's from. I mean, all of it, especially, through emails, etc. Just be really cautious because, man, there are some doozies of some stories out there. So we don't want anybody that's listening to us, anybody in general, to be part of a story.
Exactly. So. Awesome. Well, that's all I got. Those are 5 recommendations to look into. Class is on August 19th, 11 a.m. Go to twowomeninCrypto.com. And you got anything else for us, Cal?
Nope. I think until next time, as we always say,
HODL on.
Your hosts for Two Women in Crypto are Andrea Caldero and Kelly Lair. You'll find more information and details regarding the Two Women in Crypto membership, educational and informative class and event offerings, and more via their website, twowomenencrypto.com. Both Andrea and Kelly are available for speaking events and offer private consultations focused on helping individuals navigate the future. Until next time, huddle on.